All right, so before we go straight into the demo, I would like to let you know what the system is. So it's a tuition management system. It helps to manage large amount of data like the student academic result, payment, class, subjects, and more. So let's start with student. So a student are going to have academic result, and this is going to help them. This system is going to help them to save the academic result. And next we have payment. So student of make payment monthly. So you have to store the payment. And student enroll in any class. So each class has only one subject, and each class has attendance. And lastly, the tutor are responsible to lead a class. So yeah, let's straight into the demo. Hello, and today I'll be showing the demo. So before we start, let's insert every required tables here. So I will drop the table, the database before, and then we create a new one, and then insert every table here. So okay, created. Okay, let's go into the function. So we're gonna have to use the system first, database first. And here we have function 123, which is to create every entity like student and admin and tutor. But before we create any subclass user, we have to create the superclass user first. So let's run it. Function 123. Okay, insert, and then we can display. So since we only insert only one data, so suppose we should only see one data inside. So let's see. Okay, we since this is a superclass, so we will see three data of it. So as you can see, it's successfully inserted. So let's try about student. Yeah, only one student. Okay, so next we try this function for create class. But before we do not have any subject, so I'm going to create the subject first. Let's see where the subject is. Okay, so the subject. Okay, now we can try to insert the class since the class require a foreign key of subject ID. So okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like before we create the class. So as you can see, there's nothing, there's no class. Okay, after we insert and we select again, yeah. So the class has been inserted. So next is attendance. Okay, we select nothing, and then we insert and run. Okay, there's nothing. There's only one attendance inside. Okay, next, check result again. We select nothing, and we insert and select again. Yes, there's something inside. Last, this insert payment. So again, we select no payment has been made. So we insert, and then yeah, there's a payment. Now, function 8, we want to update user info where the user ID is 32. So the system might want to update the student contact information when student wants to change their profile. So let's see the before that before the update. So user ID 32, we can see it's me, and his contact info is 0178392014. And after we run this, run this update and see. Okay, you can see it has been changed to the same contact info, and it's user ID 32. Okay, next, we have to admin want to assign the class to lead by another tutor where class ID is 6, and then we want to set the tutor ID to 2, which means he wants to change the tutor that is lead by uh, another tutor. So just now we only created a class which is class ID 7, right? So if we choose to set tutor ID to 2, which the class ID is 6, is not going to be success because we haven't created that class ID yet. So okay, I'm going to drop every data again to refresh the data. Okay, now I will insert every data here to let you know the difference. Okay, so this is a complete test data, so I'll run it. Okay, now we can select from all from class. Okay, here's every class we have inserted, and then now we have to update the class where class ID is 6. And then we want to change the tutor ID to 2. So tutor ID is right here. So we will see after we change it will after we run the script, we will change it to 2. So okay, we run it, update the class, and then we select everything. Yeah, as you can see here, it went from 6 to 2. Okay. Okay, now this is we want to change the class ID to 2 for every attendance ID that is less than 5. So oh sorry. So we see what's before the attendance. So the class ID for attendance ID which is less than 5 is 1. So we will update, and then we select we display again. So update, and then we display again. Yeah, so as you can see, it went from 1 to 2 for every class ID that is less than 5. All right. Okay, here we want to update payment from For student ID 1 to set payment type to cash. So again, we see what's inside. Student ID is 1, so we will set payment type to cash. Okay, so we update, then we select again. Okay, successfully went from it successfully went to cache. Okay. Okay, now we want to delete a class ID which the class ID is 2. So we select the class. Okay, every class is here, and we delete, and then we display again. So yeah, the class ID with 2 has been deleted. Okay, next is delete user, which user ID is 3. So select all user. Okay, and then we delete it and display again. Yeah, 3 is missing, which means we have successfully deleted the user. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to refresh the data again, so you can see the best performance of this function. So I reset the data for this database. Okay, so function 14, select every user. Okay, very simple. Every user, we have 31 users. Function 15, where this we want to get the class schedule of mathematics. So we'll know which how many sections are there and what are the times we have for this math subject. So we run it. Okay. Uh, in this, we use join to get so we can select the information we want from the uh, connected entity. So we have class ID section, there will be, okay, we can see the start time and the duration, the teacher name. Okay, so function 16, we want to get the attendance summary from the attendance ID. So that's it. Okay, so you can see the attendance rate, the total student enrolled for subject name and their section, respective subject name and their section. So we use count and to count how many students are enrolled and round the attendance rate to percentage and in two decimal. Okay, so function 17, we get the payment info. Okay, so we want to show a payment that has been made by student Daniel Lim. So we write the config where username is Daniel Lim. So and we order by payment time. So we test it. Okay, this is what Daniel Lim has. Every payment that Daniel Lim has been made. So yeah. Okay, next is sorry, I just a bit. Okay, so next, we want to get the result summary of every student inside the class. So okay, so here there's a lot of join file. I can show you what's really is happening in the back. So oh sorry. Okay, so this is what it actually happened. So first, the class ID is going to connect with the enrollment. So the class know which student are how many and which student are enrolled in the class. So next is student ID. So student ID will refer to the actual student who enrolled in the class. And to get the name of the student, we need to know which user he is in the database, since we only saw the user name in user. And the same applies to tutor. So to get the tutor name, we have to join the user table. So next, to get the subject name, we have to connect the subject entity subject table, and for academic result, we to know the academic result of a student, it's going to refer by student ID. But there's one line missing, which the system does not know which subject ID that the class is referring to. So we have to connect the class and academic result together. So as you can see here, we add another n. So academic result, we only join the student ID, which will result duplicated data if you do not add this n. Okay, so let's see the result. So we run it. Okay, so section 1, math class, we have student ID, and then their respective score and their gain date. Okay, next, function 19. This one is to display every the financial report for a month. So payment time from 1st January to the last day of January, last second. So we run and then we see the payment. So every payment has been made in month. When this one is every payment that has been made for a year. So it should be just longer. Okay, so as you can see, it's more payment. Okay, function 21. This one is to get the total enrollment of a subject. So you see, okay, math we have 15 students, English 15, science and 15. Okay, the last function, which is to get the unpaid student information. So we want to know which student has not made the payment yet at the end of the month. So you see, uh, okay, so these are the three students who have not made payment yet. So we can check which student has not made a payment by checking uh, if their payment amount is still now. Okay, so that's it for our demo video. Thank you.